Hey, it's Jesse from startcopywriting.com, your dedicated channel where I reveal copywriting tips and how to start your own copywriting business. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the most important step when it comes to copywriting. Believe it or not, it's not the actual writing part itself. Research is the most important skill you can have as a copywriter, not the actual writing part. You give me two copywriters. One is an excellent researcher and spends a lot of time understanding the project, the prospects, the client, and the target market. And then you give me someone who just happens to be an excellent writer, who can put words together really, really well. Who am I going to choose? I'm going to choose the researcher every time, even though they may not be as good as a writer as the other person. Let me explain why. Most copywriters do little or no research. They assume they understand the different areas that they need to research, such as the target market, the prospects, the product, and so forth. I'll go over those in just a minute. But they make assumptions. Perhaps they're writing for the dating market. They may think, well, I used to date when I was younger. I understand dating. I can write about this stuff. I don't need to research this product or the prospects of the market. Yeah, I've done that. And they think that simply because they've had life experience that they don't need to do any research. It's wrong. I spend at least 40% of my time with any new copywriting project on doing research. And trust me, it saves you so much time when it comes to writing. You really need to understand several things on a deep level, and I'll go through those right now. The first thing is, I really want to mention, if you don't understand the product, how can you sell it? If you don't understand the prospect, the person you're trying to sell to, if you don't understand their wants, their fears, their desires, how can you influence that person if you don't understand them in the first place? So research is crucial. What do you need to research? Well, I call it the 3 Ps. It's prospect, product, and person. When I say person, I mean the client, or if you're writing a sales letter or an advertisement about yourself or your own product or service, then you need to understand several things about yourself. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through briefly the client questionnaire I use every time I start a new copywriting project. Now, this is a shortened version of the actual questionnaire, which is like over 20 questions, because just for time's sake, but I'm going to give you some of the most important questions that you need to ask whenever you start a new copywriting project. The first one is, what is the problem? What is the problem that the prospect is experiencing that they really want to overcome? That's the first question. What is the problem? Now, you really want to identify the biggest problems your prospects are experiencing, and then, because when it comes to writing, you want to understand what they're going through. The second thing is, why hasn't the problem been solved yet? Okay? So they have this problem, let's say it's eczema, okay, which happens to be one of my clients. He was selling an eczema cream. And the problem that these eczema sufferers were going through was they had a whole array of problems. I mean, they used to wake up in the night because they had to have itchy skin and they'd scratch it. They used to be embarrassed to go in public, so they would wear like long sleeves or sweaters to hide their eczema scars and rashes. They had all kinds of problems. Now, the reason why the problem hadn't been solved, what had they tried to overcome that problem they were experiencing, that's question number 2, is they had tried going to the doctor, they'd gone to the dermatologist, and basically the products they were sold from doctors, from dermatologists, often didn't work very well for them. They still had itching, they still had the scratching, they still had the rashes all over their arms and feet. So that's question number 2, why hasn't the problem been solved yet? Question number 3 is, what is the solution? What is the solution? Now, this is where you present your product. Now, this is actually a 2-part question. It's what is the solution and why is your solution better? Again, you're introducing the product at this stage, but you're also explaining why this product works better than other solutions in the market, better than other products. So you've got to explain why it's better. And with the eczema product, we explained the differences, the USP, by simply saying that the stuff you get from the doctors and from the dermatologists contained harmful chemicals that often irritated the skin and made the eczema worse. Whereas this product contained all natural ingredients, not chemicals, all natural ingredients that would actually soothe your skin and would really help it. So there was a lot of explaining there why there was differences, and that's your product USP. The fourth question is, why should they listen to you? Okay, because sometimes the messenger, the person speaking, is more important than what actually they're saying, which is the message. So the messenger, the person, is often more important than the message itself, okay? A case in point is if you're walking down the street and a homeless person comes up and says, hey, I'm going to teach you how to get rich. Now you look at that person as the messenger and you think, okay, I don't really believe this person because it doesn't seem like they know what they're talking about. Whereas opposed to Donald Trump, Bill Gates, someone who is wealthy comes up to you and says, I'm going to show you how to get rich, suddenly that message has a lot more impact because of the person it's coming from. So the question is, why should they listen to you? And that's where you show your authority. That's where you explain why you're someone of importance, why you're qualified to be talking about this topic, how you created the product, that kind of thing. You're listing, you're bragging, you're showing your authority. Okay, the fifth question is, what is your offer? And in the offer, this is where we talk about the money back guarantee, this is where we talk about the free bonuses, and this is where you talk about your price and price comparison. And I'm going to leave that for another video because that's quite in depth, but basically you're listing your money back guarantee, you're listing any free bonuses that come along with the purchase of the product, and of course you're then talking about price and why it's such a good deal. The last question, question number 6, is why should they act now? And this is calling people to not delay, to make a decision and purchase today. You're explaining to them how they will lose if they don't purchase this product soon. Maybe you're raising the price, maybe you've only got a limited number of stock, maybe this is just an introductory offer and it may change later, maybe you're removing some of the free bonuses because they are a small quantity. It's really up to you. But whatever it is, the reason is, why should they act now? Because people procrastinate making decisions, especially about money and parting with that money. So that is the top 6 questions. They are the research questions I ask myself whenever I take on a new product, a new copywriting client, and I make sure I go through these because it gives me all the ammunition and all the information I need to then go and put that information and craft it into a well-honed sales letter, advertisement, whatever I'm creating. So take those questions, use them, and create awesome sales pages. Again, this is Jesse from startcopywriting.com. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next training video.